We have LEELEE Robert from, is it Jackson Hole, Wyoming, LEELEE?
Yes,
It just
Jackson
says
Hole,
Jackson, but
Wyoming.
it's Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And LEELEE Robert, before you start playing, tell us where you go to open mics.
Well, Jackson Hole, Wyoming has a very famous open mic called the Hootenanny at Dornan's. And it was started, many years ago by the father of extreme skiing, Bill Briggs. And they had a Teton. They started it out under a bridge, and they had everybody brought some kind of wine or liquor, and they poured it into a pot to keep them warm and heated it up, and that was a Teton tea party. But it's been going for decades and decades, and it's where all the musicians hang out.
Take it away, LEELEE.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to start out with a tune that I wrote called Wyoming, Jewel of the West, and it was inspired by my husband came out in a pickup camper with his family when he was about 15. And when you go over the pass from Du Bois down into Jackson Hole, the trees open up and frame the Grand, the Cathedral of the Grand. And he said it changed his life. He grew up in Ohio that's as flat as a pool table. And seeing the Grand, he said, I'm going to live out here one day. And here we are. We lived 6 months here. And here's a story of Wyoming, Jewel of the West. While traveling west in a stagecoach, it changed my life for good. I saw a sight that struck me like lightning striking wood. Purple mountains, majesty, cathedral of the Grand. I knew right then and there I'd be returning to this land. Wyoming, Wyoming, crown jewel of the West. One starry night by campfire light in the heart of Yellowstone, one man stood and said, now this great place I'd like to own. But another man had a better plan, a sight for all to see. And Yellowstone National Park became our legacy. Wyoming, Wyoming, crown jewel of the West. Come a rope and ride, hunt and fish, it's all here to do. Starry nights that you can wish, I'm waiting here for you. And if you come across a kid who's traveling out west, you'll know a life has changed for good. Now he's seen the best. Well, it's the first state to give women the right to vote and make a stand. It's the independent spirit and the unspoiled land. Wild things, wild places, 'tis of thee I sing. America the beautiful, God bless Wyoming. Wyoming, Wyoming, ow, 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 ow. Wyoming. crown jewel of the West. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, good howling.
Well, that's Wyoming, and now we're going to go to Arizona. Arizona is where I spend the other part of the year, and it's the home of my birth. About 30 years ago, I was driving home from Sedona. My little nephew had just been born, and I looked at the desert in a new way somehow. It was like the desert was reborn in my eyes. I loved the desert. And so this is a song that I wrote, and I updated it for my latest album, Swing Set. I updated it into my cowgirl jazz style. So here's Arizona. Arizona, I'm just starting to know you, with the tall saguaro standing so strong and so still, with your skies big as daydreams and your clouds with silver linings as the sun sets on purple mountains. I wonder why it took me so long to hear the beauty of your desert song, but I swear by the stars in the Arizona nights that I'll always love you. Arizona, ooh, Arizona. Arizona, I'm just starting to know you, with your trails good for walking or riding horseback for miles, with your red rocks and mountains, with your dust storms and monsoons, and the tumbling tumbleweeds go drifting on by. I wonder why it took me so long to hear the beauty of your desert song, but I swear by the stars in my sweet baby's eyes that I'll always love you. Arizona, ooh, Arizona, Arizona.
Bravo!
Come and visit me in Arizona.
You had me wanting to dance.
Oh, good.
That was great, LEELEE. Welcome to Open Mic America. Thank you for
Well,
joining
thank
in.
you. This is really fun. I love this whole concept. It's a great idea.
Yeah. So I guess you're representing 2 states.
I
So
am.
That's fantastic. So what hobbies or interests do you have outside of music?
Well, being in Wyoming, I love to hike. I'm a big hiker, and I belong to a group called the Hiker Chicks.
Okay.
And I write about what I see and what I experience. It's just fantastic here, and I hike in Arizona in the winter. So I love to hike. I like to knit. I like to cook. I like to play with my puppy.
Don't we all?
Lots of things. I love to write.
Great. So you get to listen to one song for the rest of your life. What would it be?
I think it would have to be a classical tune because I do love classical music. Yo-Yo Ma on cello, I could probably stand to listen to for the rest of my life.
Okay.
That's a tall order, though.
It-
I have to, because I like a lot of variety.
It is. So, have you ever asked anybody for an autograph, and who would it be? Who was it?
You know, this is funny. I don't think I have ever asked a famous person for an autograph. I'm shy in that way, and I kind of like to give people space when they're famous. But I tell you what I have done. I've asked a lot of friends who play music to or write a book or whatever. I ask them to sign their name on a book or an album because I think, you know, that's part of the fun of it all.
Well. So you have asked someone for an autograph because I didn't only have the condition that it had to be a famous person.
My friend Carolyn Martin, she's a swing star in the Western Music Association, and I did, I guess, ask her to put her name on the album.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being here.